What is going on? Welcome to the program Barn Burner Flames Nation, FlamesNation.ca on the 22nd, a Wednesday in January. As we are remote. Rhett is in his home.
Look at the lighting I got in here. How good is the lighting?
God, it looks good.
Storage bin of some
This is
sort.
my working office, Dean. If
Sure
you're
is.
working, you've got to have things to work on.
Documents and such, Rhett.
Yeah, there's stuff.
What's on
Island
that?
cabinets.
What's the green board back there?
With the pictures, that's from Africa. It's a painting.
Oh, is it?
All right.
Okay, I see it now.
Put that
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's where you'd want it. Sitting
Is an
on-
upside down table just under the window. What do you got there?
I think that holds a pot, Ryan. I think that holds a pot. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's
Holds
for a
the
pot.
pot.
There's an old computer.
Yeah.
There's the thing that injured me. I don't know if you guys can see it. Hang on now. I don't
All
wanna
right.
pull
We
this
got
down.
time. Yeah. This program is brought to you by Bet365, the world's largest sports betting platform. Open an account today with Bet365, a huge range of markets. Download the app and use the promo code NATION when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
A kid asked me the other day what was the most pain I'd ever felt, and it was caused by this apparatus.
Really?
The
The
hoverboard.
hoverboard got you?
Any and all adults avoid. It's a death wish.
Yeah, my kids have them. Luckily, I'm way too heavy. They don't work when I stand on them, so I don't have to worry about that.
Oh no, we got the industrial version.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
My
Maybe
kid
I'll
has
play you
one.
guys a tune later.
What do you got? Is that a cello or
That's a tuba, Dean.
bassoon?
No
That's
way.
the-
It's actually a tuba.
It's the tuba.
Okay, get it out right now.
You have
All
to
right.
show us.
Put your microphone down and get it out. Also, a part of the program, of course, is the Super Chat. Proceeds from our Super Chat go to the Youth Centers of Calgary. If you want to take part in the YouTube chat, you just fire up a little bit of a donation or a donation of your choosing, and then your message will be mentioned and shown on the show, and we'll move that money over to the good people at the Youth Centers of Calgary. Not everybody has a tuba in their
No.
home. That's unique for sure. I'm just gonna let this play out.
Oh my God. Can you give a little toot into that?
You need the yeah, there you go.
This stupid show. It sounds like you're moving a chair.
It's tremendous. That's my favorite.
Who knew?
That's my favorite tuba song for sure. That's
Yeah.
great.
Am I a tubist now?
You are a tubist, like
Done tuba.
Now I'm getting yelled at.
yeah,
Shoveler's mad.
that's pretty good.
You
Does
want
the
more?
shoveler?
The camera. Let's go.
Does she play the tuba?
The shoveler was rattled because I was getting all this set up. And she thought she was being hilarious. So she had the camera pointing up her snout.
Oh
And
yeah,
I'm like, Jack can see you.
yeah. Yeah.
You're not hiding from anyone.
Stop
So,
embarrassing us, honey.
so which of the
Classy.
offspring is in tuba class?
The youngest
Ah.
decided that, yeah, he's an arts guy. Arts. Loves the
Yeah.
arts.
Yeah, takes after his father.
Yeah. He loves to fart, is what it is. And he thinks
see.
that tuba sounds like.
Yeah.
It's not wrong.
Well, I think that's terrific. Happy we had that on the show. Good
So-
way, what a way to start.
Yep. Hump day.
Yeah, what a way to start.
Anything else you want to see?
Pretty good.
Flames haven't played in about 3 weeks, so I got all kinds of room here for you.
It's a Jim Poplinski bobblehead. Can
Oh,
get
yeah.
that out on Kijij if anybody wants to spend $1.
Pep.
There's a big head, Joe.
You have hair in that or
I'm
no?
avoiding.
No, no hair. Not much else going on. Sign cards.
Yeah.
Oh, this is important stuff. Everyone should have this. This is called the life straw. So when you get out into the woods,
Yeah.
You need a quick sip of water. You got no water. You've been out in the woods. You've been lost for 2 weeks.
Right.
This will save you.
Siphon up some or suction up some water.
Award-winning technology makes microbiologically contaminated water safe to drink.
Because as we know,
It says it right here.
you're a mountaineer.
That's right.
Look at my shirt, Dean.
Camping without beer is just sitting in the woods. It's very astute. It's quite an observation.
Pinder, there were some rave reviews about you yesterday.
I actually talked to someone on the phone today that said you were trying to get some dirt on me. So I'm interested to see where this one lands.
I got some phone numbers for us to call when he starts running his yap. About
Is that
kids
right?
Hockey. And it's
Yeah.
true. Glen Lake parents are idiots. All of them. It's just
All of them. It's a blanket. Yeah.
it's a blanket thing because they don't have the life straws for the water that they're drinking down there. So it's
Yeah.
true.
It's the
So are you
proximity
in-
to the reservoir that's so deadly.
Yeah.
Too close.
Are you insinuating that maybe just hey, let's go out there and try our best and good Lord willing, it all works out and let the best team win? Maybe that's a little more intense than that?
Not once you're through Timbits. Once
I see.
Timbits is over, it's get focused, get committed.
I think Rhett ran into our head coach yesterday. It's great to hear.
Well, I've seen Ryan in a pond hockey tournament. I can imagine when you then get kids involved and
You only hurt the ones you love,
Emotions.
Dean. You only hurt the ones you love.
yeah, that's right. Good stuff.
Look,
Ah,
if Glen Lake played Oilers Nation, we'd have some issues here. I'd be clearing the stick rack and throwing benches on the ice and such, but luckily we don't.
yeah. Well, that's good.
No, everyone
That's
has nice things to say about Ryan. Everybody wished you were there, myself included.
Okay. We'll get
Yeah.
ourselves on the docket for that next year. See what we can do.
Tell us about it. Now, of course, you're referring to the Calgary Flames annual poker tournament. Great fundraiser for the Flames Foundation.
They raised a lot of dough. It was first class once again.
Always.
Food was phenomenal. Drinks were flowing. A lot of old fashions. That's what I was drinking.
Really?
Old fashions. Yeah.
Like that. That's a nice brisk pace at 3 p.m.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Little fireside.
Could not.
tableside.
I only won 2 hands. I got screwed on the river twice for my big wins were coming, and bam, right.
Who got your jersey?
Oh, what was the dude's name? There's 11 people at the table. I can't. Yeah,
Good guy, Duster, middle of the road.
good dude. Nice people at a nice table. Very
Right.
good. Yep.
Love to
Yeah.
hear that.
Didn't have to bitch anybody out or threaten.
Threat
Threaten.
violence. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was good.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
You guys should attend that sort of stuff. Get out there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not good.
Well,
at
I mean, I think. How big is your basement, Dean? Could we host the whole thing there?
Not big enough. No.
Wait, have you moved as well?
Me? No.
Oh, you're still in
No.
the studio.
It's in the process. We're in the works.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in the works. Turns out furniture, you got to wait for it, eh? If you go to buy furniture, it's
almost there.
April.
Really?
April.
Man, that's a long way out.
Cutting down the tree right now? What are they doing?
What I don't know what they're doing. It's like,
Sure
yeah,
hope I'm alive.
if you don't want a covering or stuffing or it to be comfortable, you just want a blanket. We could do that mid-March. But if you do want some sort of covering on it, and
Something you'd actually want to
Hey,
own.
The
Yeah.
finishing touches, yeah.
if you actually want it to be something you could sit on, we're probably into
Oh,
April.
boy, I don't know. April, maybe. Yeah.
I didn't know. I guess furniture. Should get into the furniture business. Do you know anybody in the furniture business who does
Ken
this? sort of
Bracco.
thing?
Bracco Brothers, yeah.
Bracco Brothers. Bracco Brothers.
Stand on the chairs. That's the big thing. That's
Mhm.
okay there. They can turn them up, sit down, stand on the chair. Doesn't break.
Yeah, nice. Nice. We're gonna have our buddy Jamie McLennan in a few minutes. Bottom of the
Oh,
hour.
news.
Yeah, in the Crystal Waters Insider Hotline. We are off to Jasper in a couple days. Another sponsor coming on board. Want to say thanks to Turo.
Oh,
We're being well taken care of. Turo, the world's largest car sharing marketplace where you can rent the perfect car for wherever you're going from a vibrant community of trusted hosts across Canada. Flying in from afar, looking for a car down the street, searching for a rugged truck or something smooth and swanky,
Mhm.
skip the rental car counter and choose from an extraordinary, totally unique selection of nearby vehicles that are shared by local hosts. Turo, thank you for supporting us and the Jasper Pond Hockey Tournament this weekend, helping with the transportation to the event. That's awesome. If you're looking for your next car rental, Turo, visit Turo, Turo.ca, and find your drive.
Have you done this before, Rhett?
I've looked at it. I've never done it.
My brother did it and had rave reviews. If you want to drive like a crazy car you'd never be able to own, but just for maybe a day or two, maybe you got a big event, you want something sexy to slide into. Like it said, you're going to the mountains, get something you can go a little better with.
Nice.
He was very, very complimentary of our new pal Turo.
Online, you can go do social media at TURO, hashtag TURO, hashtag find your drive.
I like that.
That's right.
There you go. And as of course we're doing the deal. We got our buddies at Booster Juice. We got our buddies taking care of us. They're the official puck sponsor. You got to have pucks.
Can't do without pucks.
We're for Booster Juice. We'd have no pucks. We'd just be standing there, be like, did anybody bring pucks? Well, I guess we'll just not have a tournament then. Booster Juice, visit a location today, refuel, refresh, and re-energize. Download their new Booster Rewards app to earn, order, or enjoy. Get those berry points going. Why wouldn't you? And of course, Yeti. Good old Yeti. You're a mountaineer. I don't need to tell you, Warner.
Oh gosh, he knows all
Loving
about
the
it.
All
Yeti.
about Yeti.
Yeah.
You know all about it.
And to keep us warm, keep the beverages cold.
How does it know?
Good for the outdoors. How does it know?
How does it know what the right? We're gonna have mugs, coolers, chairs, blankets, nice big tent keeping us nice and warm. Crave the cold and extend your ice time with hard-hitting gear that's built to honor the toughest sport on earth. Hashtag crave the cold. Hashtag built for the wild. Yow!
Pond hockey, toughest sport on earth.
It really is.
Yes.
Me and Yeti.
Especially if they got cracks in the ice. I mean, geez,
You got to be careful with the cracks. You can't do anything about the damn cracks.
We watched the Wolverine get a heavy dose of CTE when he fell in year one. Like, just an excellent conky.
Well, it was last year that Frank came out, and he had never done pond. He had never kind of skated on an outdoor rink or done like it's lake skating, probably, to be fair.
He said he was sheepish about it, but he'd only played on sort of artificial or indoor ice, never like actual. It's cold outside, frozen. And I guess with Philly's climate, that makes some sense.
Oh, it's like there's going to be some cracks in there. It's part of the adventure. Really, being on the lake, you got to keep your head up.
Jack, sharpen your skates. Second reminder.
That's coming from the GM, Jack. Don't F around.
Well, this might be the coach now.
I don't think I've sharpened them since last.
That's why I'm reminding you again.
Does it matter when you're going to the outdoor, though? Because usually when you're going outdoor to indoor, you want to sharpen them up.
No, you want it way sharper for the outdoor. It's harder.
Because you're going to lose a bunch of that edge. It just, but you're right, Dean. If you're coming off the ODR, you best be getting them zipped before you get back inside. Yeah. But don't start dull on the ODR. That's not going to go well for you.
Do you have one of those things like the
stone?
Well, there's a stone, and then there's the
fork thing.
One of these.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And you just give it a
like this, Rhett. You see it?
That's what you do.
Right, you look, Rhett.
I'm looking. I just have a skate sharpener.
Yeah.
Wish you lived closer.
I can bring it in. It's one of those portable ones.
I got a portable one. Pinder, you need one.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm starting to realize that now.
I don't understand how people don't have it.
I bet
hours spent.
Well, yeah, because you got to get in your vehicle, drive to the place.
Pray that they're not busy.
45 minutes to an hour. Can you come back? Okay. So it took you 20 minutes to get there. Another hour to wait around. Another 20. What's your time worth, Ryan?
It's a great question. I think you could start to see the price per zip. It's starting to make some sense there after a few years.
Let's go to the Insider Hotline. Presentation of Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating, your crystal clear choice for home comfort. Their mission to be the guardians of your home's mechanical heart. 23 years of experience, 30,000 projects completed. Goodness gracious. Guys are so good.
Hey, guess what?
Yeah.
They're just outside this door.
Are they really?
Actually, I'll bet you with this new fancy camera I have, I could show you the van.
We're gonna let you do it.
Oh boy, I don't know about this.
This is risky.
Is it? This is live, folks.
Do we have our guest with us? He's really going to be soaking this in.
Yeah, he's watching. Yeah, he's you know what he is? He's in the green room. He's in the wings watching.
Right.
So he's
right. Yeah.
Crystal Waters.
Backstage and Letterman here.
You can call 403-219-4100 or check them out at Crystal Clear Calgary.
Can't do it, Dean.
Why can't you do it?
Cord's not long enough.
Can you unplug it?
Sure.
I don't know what happens if I unplug it.
Well, it won't go into the computer anymore, Dean. That's
No, but if you unplug the computer from the power source, you just are you?
no,
on a laptop?
I'm on the big computer. I don't have. Remember, I broke the laptop.
Yeah.
Jack,
Barn burner customers need.
I'll
a new
guys
hot
take
water
a picture with my camera.
Thanks. New hot water heater, AC, or furnace. You'll get discounts and upgrades up to $1,000 in value. Crystal Waters, crystal clear choice for home comfort. It's quite an adventure with our friends.
Look at this idiot. It's amazing.
There's Jamie McLennan, TSN hockey personality, former NHLer, and our good buddy on the Crystal Waters Insider Hotline. How we doing, Noodles?
Good. I got bad hair, so I had to throw on a
Good move.
hat here. I've got
That's all right.
hat head from getting off the plane, just landed in Boston, and calling a game tomorrow. So should be exciting. What is the other guy doing there? Is he in a
Full screen on Rhett here and let Noodles.
Well, you missed his tuba solo earlier.
Yeah, he did show and tell.
James. He's in his. This is. Would you call this your home office?
I don't know, but I like it. I got lots of room to move around.
the storage bin? Looks like to me.
This is a working office, Noodles. Some of us don't. We got things to work on in our office, and
What
I
are
got
you
a lot
working
of
on,
it.
Rhett?
And clean up too.
What's currently the project? That's,
Yeah, right.
We're reshuffling some of the paperwork, and the filing cabinet over there is getting.
How's that screenplay coming?
Yeah, it's coming along. I got the
Writing
pencil
a
sharpener.
Yeah,
Got
the autobiography.
Yeah.
I would pay a lot of money for a tell-all book, but
Hey, James, you wrote one.
they would.
Maybe
no,
you
I
could give
did-
Rhett some tips.
Yeah, but mine had to be, we had to do
PG?
we had to do G-rated. We had to change some names to protect the guilty or the innocent. What jersey is that?
This is the Saskatoon Raiders, Mr. McLennan. These guys, we used to kick some serious ass, like big time.
Come through Alberta, get beat 12-0 by
Probably,
the strong
yeah.
Alberta teams.
Well, the rich people out in Alberta, eh? We're
It's not rich. Just
Oh, please. All that ice time. How do you afford it? We have to skate outside. Minus 30.
Really is a rags to rich story, this autobiography. Just a
really
single
is.
man from a humble little town with two long arms.
Just trying to get by.
What's going on? How's it
Well, I'm
been
in my
going?
little office. I have a little something. I've had this for weeks and weeks, and it's never really lined up where I've been at home and you've been on the thing and that. But you inspired me a while ago. You won't even know you inspired me. But I was out one day and I saw this thing. I'm like, you know what? Noodles would appreciate it, and it's not quite the same.
Right. Oh, the back scratcher.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it the best though? It is the best.
I got a little thing going there, and it just hits the spot. How doesn't everybody have one of these?
I'm
I
jealous.
have them strategically placed around the house. So you're sitting on the couch, you just reach over, there's one, give a little back scratch, and you move on, right?
That's what it's like with my old age and reading glasses now. I need them in every room and every corner of the house.
Although my friends, a Robin Regeer jersey. My kids brought their friends over and they lost my back scratcher, my good wooden one.
Whoa. Did you?
There was some punishment handed out.
Yeah.
iPads were missing until we found it. And then by the end, we couldn't find it. So then I bribed them. I said $10 who could find this back scratcher.
Yeah.
I ended up finding it myself in a downstairs playroom where one of the idiot kids had put there. Kids would come over, they just start playing with it or whatever, and then they'd put it down, they move on to the next toy. That's why I started to do a purge. I've purged so many toys out of the house, it's enough. Like, that's enough. Like the kids, you need one or two toys, and then that's it. But I love the jerseys. What is that, Kamloops Blazers?
Saskatoon Blazers, midget AAA noodler. Midget AAA.
We're not allowed to say midget anymore.
Oh,
Aren't
well,
we?
what is it? U18?
I don't know. What is it? I'm joking. I don't know.
This is a very, very politically correct show. We're going to need you to use the proper Hockey Canada terminology. They hold such great weight with us right now, Hockey Canada.
Oh my God, yeah.
So
It's,
Jamie, were you at Madison Square Garden last night?
I was at MSG. Yeah,
How about
did that
that?
game, man. That
the
Ranger
Rangers
team is
back?
coming on. Yeah, I think I don't want to say back, but they're tickling with it because Zibanejad he's still got lots more to give. I think he's got 9 goals on the season. He's a good player that has had a bad season.
9.
Adam Fox, same thing. Adam Fox has not had a great season, although he's got points. But Keandre Miller, like they're top players. I like this Will Cooley kid. I think he's a nice player. But Trocheck, really, Panarin scored last night. Like he's on pace to potentially get close to 100 points again. Like he's a guy who's, I think a really solid player. But they're
6-0-3 now in their last 9.
Yeah, the Sens
So-
didn't play well last night. Like that was their 3rd game in 4 nights, and they looked like they had no energy.
Scheduled loss.
Yeah. Well, the scheduled loss was the one that they won because they played Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m. in Ottawa against the Boston Bruins and had a bloodbath. Like that was
That game was unbelievable, Noodles. I watched it.
Unbelievable.
That's the best game I've seen all year.
It was unbelievable. So by the time the shootout winner goes in at 6:10 p.m., they've got to fly to New York. So they get into their hotel rooms. I was talking to the guys about 11:30 that night. They played a 1:08 start time in New Jersey the next day. And to me, I was sitting there thinking, okay, if there's ever an excuse to lose a game, this is it.
Yeah.
Like you're not, it's not 24 hours or 22 hours. We're talking 15 hours later. These guys gotta drop the puck and play and try and raise the emotion. They got outshot 16-2 in that first period. Forsberg stood on his head. They ended up winning that game. And so to me, that was a stolen game. Against the Rangers, it just had no gas, but it was their 3rd game in 4 nights. They've got a day off today. They play in Boston tomorrow. They go home. Now day off today. They go home for 3 games in 4 nights again. And it's crazy, like the scheduling. I get it. And I saw some people talking about scheduling, saying how much the West has to travel compared to the East and all of that. Like, I think it was Mark Spector or something in Edmonton said there would be a hockey summit if the Leafs had to travel as much as the Edmonton Oilers or the Calgary Flames or, some of the teams that have to, and they're scheduling playing afternoon games where the Leafs don't play afternoon games. They always play night games and stuff like that. So it's just interesting. But they didn't play well last night, and it was a 5 Cobb, and it actually could have been about 8 or 9 Cobb. It was ugly.
Okay,
Okay,
sorry, I was just going to say, and it's a dogfight right now in the East, and I know we're only halfway through, but there's a look at it. So Ottawa loses, Montreal wins, they get a late goal in regulation to win there. The Rangers win, Philadelphia wins. That's a lot of teams all within 2 points of one another, and points percentage in games played, and it's going to play itself out, obviously. But that's awesome to have that many teams that are legitimately fighting for it here.
Especially Ottawa, Montreal, Columbus guys, because like we've been waiting for years for these teams to finally turn the corner. Like that, those are really excited markets right now.
They are, and they're playing meaningful hockey. I would say out of
the
all
Habs
those
are
teams,
13-3-1 in their last 17. Have you seen them recently?
Yes. Yeah, and I watched them live. They found something there. I still believe, and it's not a slight on anybody. I don't think they're a playoff team. Okay. I think that they're close. I predicted at the start of the season that they would have 82 to 84 points, somewhere in there. They had such a terrible start that people were giving me heck about it. Now they're on fire, but I still kind of stand that there is going to be a market correction in there. This kid Dobra, the goalie, doesn't seem to lose. It was a lot like Merrill-Leinen with the Senators. And then what happens is, the initial adrenaline wears off and you have an off night. You have to find a way to battle back. Montembeault, I thought that was the worst game I've seen him play in a long time against the Toronto Maple Leafs the other day. They're up 3-0. And yes, William Nylander makes a great play. Austin Matthews had a one-timer from 10 feet inside the blue line and hit the middle of the net. Like, I didn't know what he was doing. But
he was good last night, it looks like. 33
He was
saves.
great.
Yeah.
Listen, I think that team has something. I just don't know if it's enough to get it over the line. I think it's great for the market. I do think the 2 best teams that are battling in that mix, I think Boston's in there. I think the Rangers, I seriously think the Rangers, if they get in, they could do some damage.
I agree.
it'll be interesting to see if I still think there's some dysfunction there. It'd be interesting to see if they end up trading for JT Miller or something like that, if that has the impact that Chris Drury was looking for when he traded Trouba and Kako, because the team really didn't take off. What's happened, the reason why they're 6-0-3 in their last 9 is the goalie's been really good. And then they're getting timely scoring. They're getting, some of their big boys have woken up. And they're a good team. They won the President's Trophy last year. Like the team isn't that much different. I think Ottawa is going to be right there. I think Columbus is an amazing story. I feel like, and I would say this, the four of us would know, like Johnny Spirit, all of that. Like there's a lot of things that I think it's just a feel-good story. I don't know if they're good enough to make it through. I don't think Philly's good enough to make it through, but they're right there. So there's some teams that are playing meaningful great games. I think this is great for the league. But when the dust settles, I could see Ottawa, I could see Boston, I could see the Rangers kind of near the top. And there's three teams that are battling for 2 spots, really.
And so Boston was the game on Saturday that was absolutely sensational, or Friday, whatever night it was. And it's also
Saturday,
who they're going to play next. Tell us about that game. The physicality, I thought, was through the roof. There were scraps all over the place. The Sens were down 2, somehow found a way to get it within 1, tie it with a dozen seconds left. Like, did that feel, being in the building, like that was okay, from this point forth, we now measure time from that game? Or is that just too hyperbolic?
No, it's not, because Brady Tkachuk came out afterwards and says, I've been in the league 7 years, never played a playoff game. That's what I can guess it feels like. So, it's not a hyperbolic statement to go, that was a playoff game. You look at the standings, you look at where they are. There's some bad blood. There was a couple greasy plays. You're going, okay, this is a playoff game. And those guys, especially the Ottawa Senators, they need that because they haven't played these types of drag them out playoff style. Now, you hope that playoff games aren't 6-5, or they hope anyways from a defensive standpoint.
Allmark, though.
Yeah, but you're right. Like they did it without Allmark. Merrilainen, that was his first like subpar performance, but he found a way to get the win, especially a couple big saves in the shootout. One on Pasternak where he gave him the stinky eye, which I never liked showing up anybody, but he made a great save on Pasternak and then just kind of looked over saying, yeah, I'm here. I'm 22. So that was kind of neat, but it was a playoff atmosphere. And at least they've got a reference point going, okay, if we need to call on something, the emotion, the physicality, it's that Boston game. So Boston plays in New Jersey tonight. So the Sens are going to catch them on a back-to-back, but that doesn't mean anything in today's game, really. The travel here, it's a quick flight from Jersey back to Boston. These guys will be in their beds by midnight tonight.
Can we see that board one more time, Jack? Because there is that group of teams, and then just north of that with 53 points is Tampa Bay. So it's
playlist. They had that one game canceled from the hurricane.
I think Tampa, I made this weird prediction, and I might be wrong. I think Tampa wins the Atlantic. I do. I think they're the best team out there. But they haven't been proven right yet. Mm-hmm. They do have games in hand. 9 back with 2 games in hand on Toronto. Yeah. But they've lost 2 in a row. The thing about the Toronto Maple Leafs, Toronto plays Columbus at home tonight, mm-hmm. and they play next Wednesday, I think, before the break. They'll have played 30 home games.
Really?
I went through the league. Everybody, the next most that have played as far as home games is like 25, 26. LA's played 17 home games. So the Leafs, after next Wednesday's game, will have 12 home games the rest of the season. They haven't been out west once yet. They've got 3 trips out west still. And I know they get the Leaf bump where when they play in Edmonton or in Vancouver, they play a 7:00 Eastern game because of TV, but it's still travel, it's time zone, all of that type of stuff. When they play Calgary, I believe it's a midweek game. It's a 9:00 start. It's a 7:00 start. They haven't had to really be out of their time zone other than they've been to Dallas once, I believe. Maybe Chicago, like that type of stuff. But they haven't had to go back and forth out west. They do it 3 times from February on. So the grueling part of their schedule has yet to come. So I think there'll be a slight market correction. Now they're a good team. I'm not I can easily see them winning the Atlantic, but I also think Florida's right there, who won last night. They're 3 points back. I think we haven't seen the best of Tampa, who plays a lot of home games coming up as well. So, and head to head against, Leafs in Florida. So when this all shakes out, it'd be interesting to see those top teams that are jockeying for position. I still think there's going to be a lead change or two.
Flames have Buffalo, Robin Regeer's old team, coming in tomorrow.
Yeah.
Buffalo went into Vancouver last night and beat the Canucks in regulation. Vancouver has 7 wins in their last 23 games.
Ew.
And it feels like every week we just keep talking about them until something happens. And I think Pettersson got his first in about 6 or 7 games last night, and the JT Miller thing just doesn't seem like it's going to go away until it gets done there. Do you think that there is some traction still to the Miller back to the Rangers, even though sounds like there was a couple of deals that have been lobbed at Patrick Allvin that he's rebuffed?
Well, it sounds like a couple of the deals have died on the table just through the semantics of it, whether it was, the year of the first rounder, that type of stuff. Again, that's all rumblings you hear. I don't know what's verified, what's not, so I don't want to speak garbage. But where there's smoke, there's fire. And if those organizations are talking, you can bet they're trying to get something over the line. They have to go to the player to get permission, that type of stuff. But it still seems like, Miller's comments, even like, I'm here, I'm a Canuck today, I'm a Canuck tomorrow. Like, it's almost like, okay, like put a bullet in it and let's move on type of thing like that. I don't know how you guys feel. It's something that it's almost like the Jacob Trouba. You heard in the offseason that Rangers are trying to move him. And then so you start the season and he's your captain. It's a giant disruption.
Have you guys had a situation like that? Because I think back here, it was years ago, but like Mark Savard, knew it wasn't going to work out. The team wasn't winning. Get him out.
The coach on a different page.
Like, have either of you guys been in a room where you knew just a guy's basically dead man walking, so to speak?
I mean, Retro, were you there with Savvy? I was there with Savvy. I was.
No, he was before me.
And that was disruptive because he didn't get along with Gibby. And then, Craig Button was trying to move him. And, you like, and listen, you understand, like you're out for dinner with this guy and he's saying, I don't know if I can make it work and all of this. Like you listen, I've had players that have asked for trades before because of family, because of other situations. You respect it. But when it drags on, it becomes a distraction, and it's an even bigger distraction. It wasn't a massive distraction back then because there wasn't social media. There wasn't the information wasn't out there. There wasn't insiders and stuff just plugging it like you heard about it. Now with JT Miller, Pettersson, Rift, all of that, we hear about it ad nauseum. Like and everybody's got a way in it. We're talking about it on shows. Back then there was no. You read the paper a little bit and Mark Savard not happy. Maybe there's a little story on it, something like that. So the only distraction is really within the room and between the player and the coach and whatever happened. But now this is like it's a national thing. Like it's a league-wide conversation. What's going on in Vancouver? What's going on with the Rangers? Like these are league-wide conversations. All of a sudden, they tried to stir some garbage up in Boston about Pasternak and Marchand. And Marchand came out and said, knock it off. We're not having that. And he went right at that, the podcaster or that host or whatever. And the host doubled down, which is fair. The only thing I disagreed with the host of what he said is, I heard that Pasternak went to the coach and said, get this guy off my line. Rare. That's where I was like, okay, it's enough. Like, I could understand the other stuff, where they have a rift, or maybe Marchand stood up in the room and said, I need more from you. We've had arguments in the room. You have disagreements. You have emotional top players that get at each other. I don't mind that. I love it. But when you start saying stuff like, oh, Pasternak went, told the coach, don't put him on my line. That's where the idiocy comes in for me anyways. That's where that story went too far. But I think back then, I've played with guys who wanted out. Kirk Muller on the island, he wanted to be traded. And Mike Milbury came in and was like, this guy's given up on you, which I thought was a garbage comment. And Kirk just was like, no, I didn't give up. I just want to be traded. And
Florida.
He went back, but he went back at Milbury.
Yeah.
Milbury didn't handle it well, and Milbury tried to turn the team against Muller, and we all saw through it. It was just, it was Mike being Mike, which is unfortunate. But
and it's
Rhett,
interesting because Alvin came out 2 days ago and tried to, hey, we're working on things and we think we got a good team, all this sort of thing, and then you come out pretty flat against Buffalo last night. It's
Easy to
lead,
come out
too.
flat.
well,
what's that, Rhett?
Maybe easy to come out flat when Buffalo's coming.
Well,
to
maybe.
town.
But here's the thing. Like, I watched that
I
game
know
last
the
night
players.
when I got back to that room. Buffalo has some players. Like,
Yes.
they've got some players. Like, I don't know if they all put it together, but that team on paper is a better team than what I see. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's Lindy doesn't have tight systems, if the team is just disconnected, whatever. But they've got some players there. And I don't know if you just pick at the carcass or if Kevin Adams has to trade somebody to shake the room up. But man, oh man, I like a lot of their players on that team. Like, I like that Tuck. I like that Thompson. Darlene is a player. The goalie UPL he's an enigma for me. Last year he was, Pinder, you could talk to his analytics were pretty good. I think his goal
Second half of the year, he was one of the top goalies in the league.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think he's inconsistent. He's a big goalie and looks small sometimes in the net. But Buffalo has some players. So if you're the Flames, you can't sleep on that team. They've got some speed and some skill. And if you underestimate them, they can hurt you. And, Buffalo came out in that third period. They really took it to Vancouver last night.
It's kind of underlines the tough spot they're in, because it's like you can go make a deal for Buffalo for sure, but you're probably giving away the better player. Like, you're not selling these guys high. They're going to go elsewhere and do better. Like, see Eichel, see Reinhart, see Montour, like on and on and on the list goes. Like, it's a really tough spot for them because they have a lot of good players and it's not working, and they just hired the coach and now the GM's on the clock. Like,
yeah,
I don't know how you fix that.
Yeah, and the owner is a very unique person, right? A passionate Buffalo guy. Rhett, you could probably speak to him.
I can a little bit, and he takes a lot of guff from people, but I don't think he's ever done anything where he's meddling, and I don't think he's done anything other than try to improve the team. I don't think he's come in and said, you have to do this. He might not have hockey knowledge, but I think he's a hockey fan, and I think he likes the team, and he's spent a bunch of dough. And I think, even with the Bills, which he also owns, there were executive decisions and hirings that people were like, I'm not sure about. And I think that's happened through his tenure there. But I don't think any of it has ever been because he thinks he's smarter than the other guys in the league. I think he's trying to be trustworthy. I think he's interviewing these guys, and they're saying, and he's hiring them, and the intent is right. But it's easy to give up or take heat when your team hasn't made the playoffs in 14 years. And I don't think, I would be shocked to hear that he said, no, we can't spend this money. Like, there would be some kind of cap, but I also think that he's opened up the purse strings over the years, and it hasn't worked out. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of talent on that team. I think Donnie Granato maybe was a little too soft with this group for too long, and they're just starting to realize that, we might have to grind it out here sometimes and suck it up and play through some shit, as opposed to just, we're growing and we're young and we're improving. No.
Yeah.
We're done with that.
That's you have to be done with that when you got guys who are 26 and 27. You do that when you have 22. When you've got young guys that you're fluffing up and going, okay, like they've got to go through the process. A lot of these guys, and that's why I think that's where Ottawa's at. But they, guys have gotten paid, guys have had, good statistical seasons, but this is Brady Tkachuk's 7th year. Like, this isn't his 3rd year. Now you're looking at Drake Batherson, like guys like that. With Ottawa, at some point, these rebuilding teams have to turn the corner, and not everyone's going to hit. But I look at that Detroit team as a weird, that's still a weird. Like, I think the league is about superstars, and superstars deliver wins on Tuesday nights in November because it's, if it's a dead night. And if you look at some of these teams, do they have superstars or they have just really good players? And that's where the difference is for me when I'm comparing the teams that are at the top compared to the teams that are at the bottom. Is, are your best players able to compete against other teams' best players? You can have a team, depth and all of that. Like the Florida Panthers had stars, but they had depth. And that's why they won the Stanley Cup last year. But Bobrovsky's won Vezinas. Like, it's not like he's a dud. Your Ekblad, their defensive core was really good. Barkov is a top tier, I would say, star/superstar. Reinhart pushed himself into that. I look at Buffalo. Are there stars players on there? I look at Detroit. Is there a superstar on Detroit? Or is there just really good players?
What about Calgary?
Well, I think
because we had this debate a fair bit this week, kind of saying everything's great. Everyone's very happy with how the Flames have played, the way Wolf has come along, where the team is at. I mean, I think everyone's extremely happy. I was at the poker tournament. Life is good as a Flame.
Yeah.
But are there stars in that lineup? Are there players? I forget who I said it to, but I say it lots anyway. Are there players that if you do get into the playoffs that can elevate in that game, or are they grinding it out at the top of their rate or their game right now? That's the one concern. And if you're Connie, how are you getting a superstar? Because you're going to have to hit on a middling draft, position, right? That would be the way to say it. You're not going to have a top 5 pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're either going to have to hit on Pasternak late in the first or make a deal that turns out to be a complete fleecing.
Those are hard to make.
They are hard.
But that's, you draft and develop guys that push through, right? Like,
yeah, I think they've done a really good job of drafting, pieces that might become core pieces. There's just nothing close to a start. Like, we love Connor Zary, pay him. He's nowhere near a point a game. Like, we're not talking about a superstar here. We're talking about a really good player that helps you, but they don't have a guy that you could ever even dream of scoring 50. Yeah. Never mind 100 points. I mean, you noted it. Their best shot at the star is probably the goalie that everyone thought was too small.
Right. But that's, maybe you find one. Maybe you find one in a trade. Like, I don't know. Like, you're right. Buffalo has to be careful. You make a great point. Buffalo has to be careful, because if you go and try and get a Dylan Cousins out of there, and all of a sudden Cousins ends up being a hell of a player. And I think he is. I think he's got a chance to be. Now all of a sudden it's another player that left Buffalo. That Thompson, I don't know if you call him a late bloomer, but he's a hell of a player. Like, big and strong and shoots the puck. Does he have warts in his game? Yes. But maybe if they either have a system that's tight. I go back to Buffalo, and this isn't a slight on Lindy Ruff, but I think about it like, if we did coach trades, if you put John Tortorella in Buffalo, that demands blocking shots, demands a tight system. Because Philadelphia, I don't think is a very good team. Like, as far as, like, there's good players, but John Tortorella, that system, they are hard to play against every night. And keep in mind, like, regardless, and I know it's kind of unwritten, like, they've had to start over in net. Carter Hart's not available to them, like, because of that. But you've had some players that they've had to move out, and Tortorella didn't like this guy or whatever, and they're building a culture there, and they compete every night. Like, they were in a playoff spot half the season last year or more, where we thought they were going to be a bottom feeder team. Same thing. We just ran them on that board. They're right there again, like getting points off of teams. If you had a hardened, stiff coach that said non-negotiable, you're not playing. Like, you sat out that Michkov. You're not playing because you're not playing well. Like,
he just sat Farabee for 3 games.
Exactly.
He's one of their good young players. Yeah.
These are good players, but he's like, not playing the way I like it. Sorry. Like, it would be interesting to see. I know they went from Donnie Granato to Lindy Ruff, who's an old school guy and all of that type of stuff. But I'm talking old school with structure.
That's what they're saying, the structure.
And I see a lot of these teams that are coming that either play a tight system, or if they're too loose, that's where they get exposed on certain nights. I think a scary team in a couple of years is going to be San Jose. Like, I think they're going to be legit. Like, that Celebrini's a star. And
Will Smith in behind him. The Eklund kids having a big year. Yeah.
They got the goalie. They've got their goalie of the future now, that Askarov. Like, they're I think, you give them 2 to 3 years to continue to grow and then add around it. San Jose, they went scorched earth. They got a player. Now they're building. Like, they're gonna leapfrog other teams. So it's interesting to see throughout the league how this is all unfolding.
So what's a guy do in Boston on a Wednesday?
I'm going for a workout right now before my show and order some lunch. And then I don't know. I'm going to watch games tonight. When you're on the road for too long, you just feel like I'm like fighting it. I'm fighting like there's a cold coming in there. There's sickness coming in there. And I'm the bubble boy to start off with. So I think I'll probably get sick in the next 2 days, and I don't want to take it home for my family. So I'm hoping for a sickness today or tomorrow, and then I'll be clear by Friday by the time I get home.
What a guy. PF Chang's, what are we going to do?
Boston, if there is PF Chang's, I didn't even thought about that. Now you placed it in my head. If there's a PF Chang's, even if it's in Brookline, Massachusetts, I'll have pay $120 for Uber Eats to drive it in.
Can I quickly get a temperature check on you on what the Oilers organization chose to do yesterday? They do not appeal a suspension and then write some note that says nothing about how they're disappointed with the league. Like, is this just, filling your diaper, upset that your superstar is not drawing enough penalties? Like, he crushed out a guy in the face. What are we talking about here?
I don't know why that came. Like, I thought it was weird.
Like, what does it accomplish? I just think they're only getting more.
Was nothing. I think the statement was a nothing burger.
Yeah.
But it was almost like, okay, we're going to release a nothing burger and there's nothing to see here. Like, if they come out with a fiery statement, it adds gasoline to an already upset fan base. To me, they came out with a nothing burger to go, nothing to see here. We're just going to chew on this. I agree. Like, he should have gotten suspended. Like, I don't think there's anybody who disagrees he should have been suspended. But what happened is the narrative got shifted to like, well, you're not protecting star players. Well, there's
the guy that crushed the other guy. What are we talking about?
Two different arguments here. Like that's where I was like, I thought 3 games. Like, I kept saying 2, and I had a decent comparable. I thought Matthews on Darlene. That was a cross check to the head in an outdoor game. Matthews got 2 games. McDavid gets 3. And I thought, okay, well, have times changed from 2019 that was to 2025? Is it inflation? Is it 1 game inflation? I don't know. I thought 3 was rich for both of them. I think if they said 2 games and don't even talk to us, I think everyone kind of, all right, I can. The 3rd game I thought is what's put people over the edge.
Which is crazy. Because if Department of Player Safety got it right within 1 game, like, you'd say they did an okay job.
But that's the thing. Like, all we hear is, oh, they're soft on people. And then when they hit, it's like, you're too heavy. And it's like, okay, so what do you want? And then the comparison was Christian Soucy, the cross check on McDavid in the face in the playoffs. He got 1 game. Well, that's the playoffs. Different game. Like, it's different. There's a barometer. I don't know. I thought 2 games, but again, can you argue? You cross check the guy in the head. I thought the Myers one was just weird. Like, it's like, the game's over. Here, take this with you. Here's Here, put that in your suitcase on the flight home. Here's one. Like, that one, there was no battle. There was no nothing. Like, unless there was some words said or something, it was just like, here you go. Put that in your pocket. So that one was a weird one. But, what's leading up to it is the 12-second wrestling match and all of that. The Oilers had the puck. So even if, like, I would have liked to see a ref put the hand up going, we are going to call that nonsense going on, but you guys have possession. But I don't know what could have been done there. It's a good case study, and I see refs throughout the league all the time. I travel with them on planes and stuff. I would like to ask their opinion if in that scenario, what they would have done. If you see it, you probably just put your hand up, but you're not blowing it down. Like because the Oilers had the puck. It was kind of a crafty move by Garland, I'll tell you that. Like,
Connor's frustrated. Nothing dirty happened. They're just hanging on to him. Like, he's just frustrated.
He's just holding on to him, and McDavid gets up and hands out the business. We see Sid gets frustrated. Top players get frustrated all the time. It's just different in Rhett. You're in our era. You frustrate Chris Pronger, he'll chop your arm off and throw it over the glass. So that's the difference. Like, there was a price to pay to piss off those top players back in the day, and there was also a toll to be paid. You touch Gretzky, and 3 mascot-sized guys come over the boards in McLennan and McSorley and Semenko. Same thing in Calgary. Theo Fleury, you had Nick Fotiu and all these mutants that skate around, to Tim Hunter and guys like that. So there was a toll to be paid to mess with top players. Just don't have that anymore.
Thanks, buddy. We'll let you get that workout in.
Wait 1 second. Our old buddy old teammate got a new gig, Noodles.
Oh,
there. Oh my God.
Dirty Vernon Vipers.
Is that Hank? That's Hank. I love it. From Me, Myself, and Irene. Dean McCammon.
What a show.
You remember he would just snap out of nowhere?
Yes.
We called him Hank. Wasn't it? Isn't that his name? He was the cop, like with the mustache. That was Hank from Me, Myself, and Irene. That was Dean McCammon. Out of nowhere. It'd be the happiest day or something. You look over and he's snapping a stick in the corner and losing his mind. And he was tough as nails. I love Dino. He looks good there. I haven't seen him in a minute. It's nice to see guys having success. I love it.
I just remember he was with the Senators and he got knocked out in the corner and everybody was stepping around. I was like, get away from that poor bastard. Someone's going to cut his jugular.
Wasn't that Prongs knocked him out?
No, Downey caught him behind the net.
Was it Downey?
Is that what it was? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Jumped and oof.
Yeah, that's that led up to that famous Darryl speech in Edmonton because McCammon got run. It was a Friday night. I'll give you a quick 2-minute story. We're 6 games into the season, and on a Friday night, we played the St. Louis Blues at home, and then Saturday we played in Edmonton, and it was back-to-back. And the Friday night I started, and Darryl would always write things on the board, and I think one of the top things was start quick. So we ended up losing 2-1, I believe, that game. And we didn't really have a great response, nothing. And the next morning, Darryl said, I want everybody dressed in their gear at 11 a.m. before we go out for morning skate in Edmonton. And then Rhett, do you remember this? He went around the room twice.
Tried to hide. You couldn't hide. You could not hide.
I was hiding because he knew I was fragile and he needed me to play that night. So he came to me, looked at me and said, I cannot shred this guy or we won't have a goalie tonight. So he went on and he tuned up Tony Lidman, went back to Oleg Sabrikin, went back to Tony, went to Chris Clark, the warrior, he kept calling him. Clarky, you warrior, because he showed the clip. Jeez. He goes, Cookie, roll the tape. And he showed the clip of our start. And Jamal Mayers absolutely destroyed Dean McCammon along the wall with his head down. And to the point where McCammon was like knocked out or something. It was ugly. And nobody went to Jamal. Like Chris Clark went over and kind of gave him a push. And he's like, stop the tape. Clarky, you warrior. You're going to defend your player. And he went around the room and so the first 10 minutes, he just chewed everybody out, showed the first 10 minutes of the game. And he said, what was on the board? And I remember guys wouldn't answer. And he's like, what was on the board? And somebody goes, start quick. He's like, start quick. Look at this start. And he shows the start and McCammon gets knocked out and nobody goes to Jamal Mayers. And then he's Christoph Oliwa. Why did I bring you in here? You haven't had a fight. You haven't done anything. You haven't so he was tuning everybody up. Jerome McGinley, what are you going to do tonight in your home city? And he's just chewing on everybody. Remember the drop of the puck? I think we had four fights. And we won that game 4-2. And I believe I might be off on scores, and that changed the course of our season because it galvanized us, and we'd had a really kind of slow, unemotional start to the season, and we took off after that. And it was that game in Edmonton where everybody it was a battle of Alberta, and that was all because Dean McCammon the
Because he got knocked out. Yeah.
He got hit so hard.
Happy to help, guys.
It's a crazy. But Rhett, you remember that speech?
You'll never forget that one. Nope.
You remember what
you were
you
in that room? You remember?
So you got spared a little bit because you're fragile. Warner, you remember what were you getting?
I didn't get it too bad. I was fairly new. I was my first year. I like when he was going around. You're like, well, you're getting it. Everyone got a piece of it.
Yeah.
But mine wasn't spectacular. He had a few guys that he really, like you said, he doubled back on.
Saprikin feels like he would take it hard there.
Saprikin with the white skates. I have to pay you $1 million because of the salary. What was it called? The rookie cap or whatever. You make $1 million with your white soccer skates on or whatever it was. Like, oh my God, it was unbelievable. It was one of the greatest speeches of all time. If you weren't in the line of fire, like everyone, once they moved away from you, you kind of had your jersey over your mouth because you were like, oh my God, that was a beauty. So
beautiful. All right, buddy.
All right,
enjoy Boston. Appreciate you.
We'll chat soon.
You bet. Jamie McLennan. Well, I got 2 minutes. Just quick 2 minute story.
10 minutes.
I always got time for those. For those. Brought to you by Crystal Waters, plumbing and heating on the Insider Hotline. Crystal Clear choice for home comfort, 403-219-4100. Check them out online, crystalclearcalgary.com.
Jack, put the picture up. Put the picture. I sent Jack a picture
of what, McCammon?
Crystal Waters.
McCammon, yeah, but also
you had it up there, yeah.
Crystal Waters. It doesn't.
They're visiting.
Oh, Crystal Waters. Yeah, they're doing.
Yeah.
So what are they doing? What are this?
I get some fancy new water filtration for drinking water. And,
nice,
hot water tanks. You got to have a good hot water tank.
You gotta, yeah.
You don't want that going.
Are you doing tankless? Are you into that?
No, because I talked about it. Too complicated.
Yeah.
Too complicated.
Yeah.
Look at that, eh?
There they are.
Good work, fellas.
Not messing around.
Look at those tiny little shacks across the street from Rhett's house, eh?
Yeah.
Must be one of those poverty associations, Rhett.
I'm not sure you should do a whole lot of chirping here, Pinder.
Oh, he's taking runs for Glen Lake like he's not living in a mansion on a lake. Just trying to figure that part out myself, really.
Yeah, I'm not sure you're in a neighborhood that's
Rhett had a great career and made money. I'd be happy for him.
Yeah. You've probably you've got tankless hot water heaters.
I have no idea. Yeah, talk to them.
I'm guessing you do. Yeah, something like that.
Gordon knows.
How many just me and just talk to Rhett here for a sec?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. What's the over under on milk bits in the Pinder Report? 2.5?
Oh,
5.
I think there will be 5.
Yeah, I think we're at 2.5. And just because we made a big deal out of it yesterday, I'll take the over.
Yeah, the algorithm's going to send in a lot today.
Yeah, it'll be a lot. You'll have every donkey out there that can find one on TikTok if it's still alive or X.
Pinder, use this one. Pinder, use this one.
Here you go. Look, somebody's got milk in his bathtub and he's sitting in it with a sous vide. Oh, great. Welcome back, Ryan.
Oh, I guess, yeah. So I was talking with Jack. We're trying to get
I know, yeah. Some show prep. Get some prep in there for sure.
Did anything happen in sports yesterday? Like I was in the casino all day.
It was just the big fill your diaper thing in Edmonton, which is wild. And Noodles is right. The narrative completely changed. No one wants to talk about the actual cross check to the face, which is the suspension. And everyone's like, they're not calling enough penalties when Connor's playing. And they may be right, but it just feels like filled diapers when it's the day after a suspension. They're not related. They're separate.
It's been building like for Oiler fans, right? It's been a thing for a long time now about the abuse that McDavid takes and doesn't get calls.
Yeah.
So this would be the one where McDavid finally defends himself, sticks up for himself, and he gets suspended. So I get it. It is diaper.
You're right,
but
and I don't disagree. Go ahead, stick up for yourself. Yeah. But in no world are you allowed to cross-check someone.
It's a suspension.
Face.
Yes. Yeah. And again, Garland, like when's the league going to protect his stars? From what, a 5'9" guy doing a little bit of like strategic holding? Like, is that really the worst of it? No.
Well, what's protect? It's a holding. It's a holding.
He was in no
penalty.
danger.
That's not,
it's like protect Garland's jaw. That's what we should be talking about here. But like, there's a point that they've said, okay, like in his minutes per game, he usually gets X number of calls. This year, it's way down. So maybe like I think there's probably something there,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just when you don't appeal the suspension, you put out a press release that says nothing, and then everyone starts talking about this. It just feels like sour grapes.
The Oilers lost last night to the Caps for what that's worth. Caps 5 in a row. They're 8-0-3 in their last 11. They're 4
Only team in the
points
league
up.
without a loss in regulation in their last 10.
Yeah, 4 points up on Winnipeg for top spot overall. Logan Thompson is 10-0-1 in his last 11.
Dialed.
Logan Thompson.
Yeah.
The guy who that was Vegas couldn't win a cup because they had Logan Thompson and Aiden Hill. Maybe they
A
are
cup
all right.
winner? Yeah.
Habs, they won late. Jake Evans with 2:15 left. We had talked about it there. They're 13-3-1 in their last 17 games. Montembeault was great.
Hudson, another goal.
Hudson,
and
a 9-game point and assist streak. He is actually tied. Gostisbehere set the rookie D record for assists. So he's tied there.
Already.
Yeah. The
Like,
Rangers shut out the
run my lap?
Senators. So the Rangers are starting to turn the corner a little bit there. Yeah, Florida beat the Ducks. Carolina over Dallas 2-1. Dallas kind of booting it around a bit. They've lost 3 of 4. They're 0-13 when they're trailing after 2 periods, I read this morning. And for Rod the Bod, game 500 as Canes coach.
Rod the Bod.
307 wins in those 500 games. It's tidy.
Go.
Take that. Yeah, take that. We'll get to the Pinder Report in a moment. Outdoor Dental, outdoor.dental, Dr. J. Patel. Dr. J. Patel, getting it done for you. Do you have dental phobia?
Shoveler does.
Yeah? Take her to Outdoor Dental. She's going to
She's
love
afraid of dentists, but
she's going to love that Soleil laser. It you won't even know what's going on. Is this a dental office? What are we doing? This is how what? Yeah. Yeah, it's Dr. J. Patel. Decided, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make an investment here in cutting edge technology, and it's going to change the way we do things. And it's exactly what's happened. Relaxed, comfortable, pain-free, back to your day in minutes with the Soleil laser. I mean, even Pinder, and see, he's soft.
very
Like,
soft.
He's soft.
Okay.
Puppy poo soft. And even he was like, this is great. Yeah, it was great because he actually shut up for a couple minutes when he had the Soleil. He had the laser in his mouth. It's like, oh, this is great because it doesn't hurt, but man, it sucks because I can't talk nonstop. Something like that. Snoring treatments, 2 15-minute treatments to increase the tension in the soft palate, reduce snoring. It's non-surgical and it's pain-free.
I'm adding milk. That's all I'm doing. Every time I see this shit.
Just taking runs at you, buddy. 2 15-minute treatments, but you're gonna get more sleep, and the sleep you're getting is gonna be a better quality sleep. It's a life changer. Truly, that's not hyperbolic to use that word again. It can totally change the way you're living your life. Why wouldn't you find out more? Outdoor.dental is the website. Dr. J. Patel is the best. Visit, book a consultation, get in, learn more, or just get it done. Leaving a healthy footprint on your smile. Outdoor.dental. As we get to the Pinder Report here.
So just to clarify, the guy that's going to be fireside in his fur jacket drinking chai lattes while we're out playing pond hockey. That's our brute nails and
that's right.
Yeah, you're the okay. Pile of gravel, tough.
That's right. I might be taking. There might be some video work that needs to be done.
You need a good fedora, like a coaching hat.
Probably do.
Connor Garland. He'll be.
I have the woolly, the toque thing with the ear flaps and that keeps me nice and toasty. Yeah. I think everyone should play to their strengths. You're very good in tight space. You're shifty. You're fast. You're best suited to be on the ice, leading the team. Like I'm best served with a warm beverage, not having anything to do with the outcome of the game.
Yeah, physical activity. Let's push that down.
Like I'm going to walk from my suite down to the lake,
right,
and then back to the lodge.
You're not taking the Turo.
Well, I don't know. I need to find out more. I might, but not there. No. And then probably it'll be some the baked onion soup and the grilled cheese that they have at the lodge there in Jasper.
To be in the Yeti hut, just
Really?
bundled up.
Get in my belly. Eee. Delicious. I'm excited. You know, I thought I was kind of disappointed Rhett wasn't coming. I thought we'd be into the brown liquor fireside. They've got the big fireplace there in the main hall of the lodge when you walk in there. The restaurant area, big fireplace. It's where Jared had 9 breakfast Caesars that morning.
They were doubles. Yeah, that was the
double Caesars, and then fell down on his head. Remember the Amon-Ra St. Brown celebration where he stood on his head? That was Jared falling on the ice. Like clunk right on the top of his head.
Like I'm eating metal.
I thought maybe because I knew Rhett wasn't going to play. He's got the shoulders and stuff. So, yeah, we'll have a little flask, maybe some nice hot toddy, some liquor. Get right into it, but I guess not.
No. You guys can. You guys will crush it. I know you will.
You'll be just trying to reel in another Father of the Year award?
I will be doing a lot like the other bandwagoners. Man, there were a lot of Bills fans at the event yesterday.
Oh, really? A lot of jerseys.
Yeah, weird how they're coming out of the woodwork. This Allen guy is unbelievable. Oh, I love the Bills. I always loved the Bills. You've never mentioned the Bills.
You've never seen.
Love Jake Allen. He's great.
Yeah. Jake. Phenomenal.
Steak. Love
him. Thurman Thomas. Yeah, everybody knows Thurman Thomas. Just because you bring up an old Bills name doesn't mean you were a fan from back then. Let's do the Pinder Report presentation of Village Honda. The old Ridge line. I saw an article today about the 2025. I haven't read it yet, but I'm intrigued.
Let me know what you learned.
I'm a big fan of the Ridge line. Smooth ride. You know, compared to the mid-size, kind of a mid-size pickup, but compared to the others, man, rides like a dream. Car and Driver magazine said the interior, all the creature comforts inside, top of its class, practicality, comfort, all that reliability, all that sort of thing.
What's the independent wheel thing you talk about all the time for the smoother ride?
In the rear end.
Yeah.
It's independent rear suspension. Usually you've got one solid axle, so it's very stiff. Here you've got your differential, and it's you have it in the front. Now you have it in the back.
Love it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Buddy. And the 2025 Ridgeline Black Edition. You got to check it out. Take one for a rip over at Village Honda, located in the Northwest Auto Mall, and online at villagehonda.com. And they, of course, bring you the Pinder Report.
Fellas, stand and rise. Remove your hats if you're able, and we shall sing together the national anthem of our great country of Canada. As 6 of the 7 Canadian teams currently occupy playoff spots, including the Montreal Canadiens, who won last night in dramatic fashion. The one team out, the Vancouver Canucks, blew a 2-1 lead and would have moved into a playoff spot, albeit at the expense of the Flames, if they'd gotten in. I did not see this coming. The Sens and the Habs and the Flames all in playoff spots here in late January.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right. Speaking of the West Wildcard, let's zoom in on that as the Calgary Flames still off. Done pushing chips in and returning to gameplay tomorrow. 1 point ahead of the Vancouver Canucks with a game in hand now after Vancouver lost in regulation to Buffalo. And the other teams in the chase, St. Louis has played 3 games more, 1 point behind Calgary. Utah finally getting healthy on the back end. They're just a single point over 500. I don't know that anyone else is really a threat. Seattle, I don't know what you're doing. I really don't. Chandler Stevenson for 7 years. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. It'll be the Sabres next. Let's look at the East Wild Card and become acclimatized with what's going on there. Sorry, Jack. I know you.
We did just kind of show it.
That was the West. Yeah. You know what we'll do? We'll
look at the playoff chase in the East. Yeah, the 4 Canadian teams. We could saw what's going on there.
So back to the Flames. They're in now. What are they projected to do? Depends where you go. You get different numbers. But this is the Athletic and Dom's model. He's got them on pace for 86 points. That would leave them on the outside looking in. And painfully, Dean, in 11th from the bottom.
Yeah.
Requiring a draft lottery win. to keep their first round pick and not send it to Montreal for the Monahan deal. But that's just one model. There's some other ones that have the Flames much higher to make the playoffs. I think Money Puck has them well over 50%, which is quite something.
Pike bomb, pike bomb. It's a pike bomb.
Pike bomb, yeah?
Yeah.
Hockey Viz has been about a coin toss as well, which, two of those ain't like the other one, interestingly.
Real, yeah, quite a.
Yeah, because I know 4%. You're like, yeah, you guys are. That's pretty similar. The other one.
So somewhere in here is an idiot. There's either two of them or one of them.
On this show, I think there's at least three, sometimes four.
There's four.
Rhett, you didn't play for the Flames in 1987.
I wanted to.
Yeah, you're probably really aspiring to at that point. As what, a 10-year-old or something? Like, where we had been at?
Yeah, rough. Yeah, just over. Yeah.
Okay. It was one of the worst attended Flames games of all time, but with good reason. At the Meadowlands in New Jersey, a snowstorm on this day in 1987 allowed just 334 people to actually attend the Devils and Flames.
Kirk Muller-led Devils.
A wild one, retro, a barn burner, a 7-5 victory for the Devils.
Wow.
Did you say a snowstorm?
That is correct.
I have had games canceled because of snowstorms, Jack, in Buffalo. It happened.
Buffalo, yes. Yeah.
Harbor Center was closed yesterday. Still on the email list from my time down there. Big storms.
Said he didn't get email on his phone.
It wasn't on my phone.
Okay. During the game, Devils went around and collected contact information for all 334 fans and actually sent them each a letter thanking them for being there. And,
That's awesome.
And anointing it the exclusive 334 Club. Dear Devils fan, we've always known our fans are a special breed, and on the night of Jan 22nd, you proved just how special you and 333 others braved and bettered 15 inches of snow, Jack, to make it to the Meadowlands. You beat a number of our players and endured an 105-minute delay and then cheered on the Devils to a 7-5 victory over the Calgary Flames.
Nice.
How did you find that?
Club
Online?
334.
Exclusive. Tough to get in. So that's neither here nor there. That's the old down memory lane with the Calgary Flames. Now, listen, it's a little more somber as we head north up QE2, as reports suggesting there was a candlelight vigil outside Rogers Place for Connor McDavid. Imagine being suspended for cross-checking someone in the face. Our thoughts and prayers with him today, Rhett.
Get through it, Connor. Come back out the other side, a better man.
I really don't get this whole thing, how it's gone. It's quite something. And what's funny is McDavid's actually kind of getting a little greasier as time's gone on. And maybe you could make the case that he's trying to get more space for himself, or it's a result of not enough calls. But
Corey Perry influence.
Yeah, maybe it's the Corey Perry respect the stars influence. But there's a bit of stick work we've seen with the young man. Oh, whoops. I definitely didn't mean to do that. And I'm totally looking at this puck, which I don't catch the pass on.
I don't know what happened to this video.
Yeah, is that all we're getting? There's about 8 of these. He had got it way up high, I think, on Hronik in his chin area. We saw the chicken wing elbow last week. Like, I don't mind it, but we're really not painting the story of a squeaky clean model citizen here.
Feels like this is something that's kind of stuck in your craw. Much like the suspension is stuck in their craw, their response has got you hot.
All I could see yesterday. Now, Rhett made a point. Like, there really wasn't a ton of like what happened in sports yesterday. Maybe it's just that slow. Be wary of the slow news day, Dean. Maybe.
No. Pinder's not going to stand for any BS from the Oilers fans.
Not from the Oilers.
He's not like throw a fit over something. He's going to call you on it.
You're nonsense.
Bad enough. He's got faith in the Canucks. I guess we gotta compensate somewhere else, which is going heavy and hard on the Oilers still. So I guess I appreciate it.
Let's check in on a good Calgary boy, Logan Thompson. Not only did he beat the Oilers last night, boy, he and Dylan Holloway, they're in line for jerseys this summer. Great fellas. He's also been nailed since they didn't name him to Team Canada and they took Dikembe Mutombo, or whoever the Montreal guy is. Wow, 338 save percentage since the selection roster was announced. 12-1-1 record. Oh, and he's just taken 18 pucks out of the net with his play. That's unbelievable. Only Hellebuck has more wins. Logan Thompson might be the best Canadian goalie. He certainly is right now. Impressive. And that's not like to say big snub, but like nice run.
Good for him, yeah.
Love it. Doing the Lord's
Remember,
work.
Big Kipper fan. We had that
Yes.
story how he kind of designed his Vegas pads off of the Kipper pads.
Also a goofy goalie, I believe. Catches with the right hand.
Catches with the wrong hand. That's right.
It's right hand. It's
Yeah.
the wrong hand, but it's just right.
Wrong.
Right. Right?
Wrong.
Okay.
Right.
Nashville starting to turn the corner. Well, this is crazy, boys. Down 4-1 after 20 minutes. Look at the final score. 7-5. And of course, the epic tweet. Had us in the first, not gonna lie. They were way down early against the Sharks. It's the only 4-goal comeback in Predators franchise history. Period. They were 173-0 when trailing by 4 goals before last night's victory over the Sharks. That's a tough one if you're the Sharks.
Celebrini was good. Goal and assist.
He's been set your watch to him. Good every game he's played, it feels like. The other thing that happened in this game is, they continue to score. Since the 1st of January, they're the highest scoring team in the league. From October 10th, when they started their season, right to the turn of the new year, last in the league. That's quite a disparity between the two.
Well, yeah. Hello, Marcia. So thanks for waking up. Thanks, Stamkos, for getting involved. 4 points for Marcia So last night. Oh, and our record's better when you're scoring.
Roman Yossi as well getting involved. He had the 5-5 goal that blew the lid off the joint.
Quote here from Barry.
Too late.
Yeah. Quote from Barry Trotz. No shit.
Yeah. That's why I signed them.
Fucking about time. Barry Trotz.
Rangers continue to turn the corner. Here's some stats on them. December, ugly, 6 points. Already 17 in January, and they got games to go. Points in 9 straight, including back-to-back shutouts for Shesterkin after last night's 5-0 victory over the Sens.
Great jerseys.
They
really are.
jerseys.
Yeah. What is it about that diagonal rating? I don't know how, where, or when, but I do like it on the Rangers.
Yeah. It's real good.
Okay. Tonight's slate. Actually, we got some Toronto news first. Austin Matthews in action tonight. We'll look at the slate. Scored in 4 straight. I know you're thinking about your Bet365 retro. Can he score in his 5th consecutive game? He's done it a few number of times. 11. 5. He's good at scoring goals. We'll see if we can get to 5 in a row. That would be quite something. Games tonight. It is the Leafs, as we noted, in action, amongst some others. Gonna need it up. There we go. They're hosting Columbus, who've been red hot. They're plus 170, the Blue Jackets. Okay. Bruins and Devils. We heard Noodles talking about it. That's the first half of a back-to-back for the Bees before they get a spirited rematch with the Senators. That game, boys, PVR it, find it. It's a bloodbath. It was unreal. I keep talking about it. It actually was that good. Winnipeg and Colorado. This is the scar tissue rematch from last year's playoffs for the Jets. And the Panthers are in LA, where the Kings have won 9 of their last 10 at home, but have not been great on the road of late.
9.
Yep. Chiefs hype video coming out. Gotta love it as we get ready for the championship weekend. Right, you're gonna like it because, of course, it looks like it's gonna be the Chiefs, but it's really more than just the Chiefs. It really does. Everyone's in on it. It's not, we're all having fun with it. They're getting calls.
They get a lot of calls. They're
They get
not
calls.
they're not the McDavids of.
No, they don't have 5'9" Connor Garland's getting away with light holding against Mahomes. It gets flagged every time.
Is my camera moving?
What happened there? Did it have some?
You got some AI on that?
You
Rhett?
got some. It's tracking your face.
Move again. Yeah.
Is it supposed to do that? How did I do that?
Keeps you on screen. That's great. Tough news for the Chiefs.
Trust
Good
me,
news for the
yeah.
Bills, potentially. Let's have a look. One of the linesmen.
Well, this is a development. That's the field judge, Ryan Dixon, getting looked at on the right side, lower body. So for the time being, this officiating crew could go 6-person.
That's
crew.
tough when you lose one of your best.
Yeah. Dixon's been so good for them too.
I know, second half especially.
Yeah, really come on.
Very reliable.
You're just moving around now to test it.
I'm not even. I'm
You're messing.
floored by this. This is AI stuff.
AI.
It's Look,
Do you think it's
look at
listening to you talk to the shoveler?
that. Well, maybe the shoveler set this up to do
That's
this.
some
She's been messing with the camera.
some
you've been showing.
tracking. Yeah, some
Yeah.
very impressive tracking that you have on your camera there. It's probably too much now because
It might be a-
you move a little bit and it's distracting.
Can we get the R2D2 sound effects in? Like,
I'm gonna stay as still as I can.
while you're
Right.
still, I'm going to
Right,
need you
back
to
to you.
salute a new Hall of Famer, a monster in many senses of the word, and an incredible human. CC Sabathia is off to the Hall, a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Look at that.
And
guy.
yes, indeed, this is the ideal male body. You might not like it, but it's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's great on social too. I don't know if you've seen him.
Animal.
Monster. And I don't know, you had been right in the thick of it, Dean. When he came over from Cleveland, that felt like, okay, now you got a dynasty type thing happening.
Well, you also thought too, it's okay, now big boy's gonna break down. This is how this is going to go.
Right. You're like, oh, he was skinny
He
and
was very good in Cleveland. Now
he'll.
he'll oh geez, my back is $500 million contract or whatever it was. But no, he was awesome. He really was amazing that frame was able to hold up.
Was he 6'7", 6'6"?
God, monster. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a sweet boy. Everybody had great things
Everyone
to say.
loves him.
Everybody loved CC.
Good teammate. Some big personalities on those teams. Sure, he's a big part of keeping everyone hanging on together. Rhett, your kids have invented a new sport. I want to congratulate them. It's the outside the box thinking that you've been mentoring them with.
Mhm.
And so I shouldn't be surprised that they came up with what we'd call luggage flip. Heck. Wow. And I know that, like, that's expensive, Rhett. You've been ripping through this luggage, but they've made it. They did it. The first
Bye.
luggage flip.
Impressive.
Yeah, I'm proud.
Yeah.
I mean, some days I wondered, but they've really taken off lately.
Now, we want to congratulate Jack as well. He survived the great TikTok shutdown of 2025. The 2 hours I'm reading here. Attaboy, Jack. Congrats. Keep moving. Keep going to some lake jumps. What do we got going on the lake here, Rhett? Now, this is one of these competitions. You got to get up the greased log to try to get the flag. Really what it is, it's an exercise in people getting nutted and everyone laughing for about an hour until someone does it. Yeah, it's like we say.
Congrats, buddy.
Like you got the flag. Congrats.
Way to go.
That'll be part of the Barn Burner Olympics coming
Yes.
soon.
Is that before or after the putting your socks on without sitting down event?
That's a different Olympic Games. That's a
Oh,
completely
okay.
different one. Yeah.
I thought it was the same.
Yeah.
Some people keep Fireball in the freezer. Some people like it in their golf bag. Other people have liquor cabinet. Where do you have it, Rhett?
My belly. Oh,
Just right in there.
How easy is that?
Yeah. Just right there.
No brainer. I don't want that room temperature.
Don't have to worry about the top getting stuck. You can't get it off. It's just
It's
yeah.
sugary. Yeah. Totally.
give her a dip.
Just go to the fridge for a shot of delicious. That's Frank when he's getting emotional, eh? Fireball.
Starts to cry. Yeah.
Yeah.
early morning. Get the day started.
Now, Jack and I are carpooling on Friday. We're trying to figure out what sort of baked goods we'd like in the car, because I saw this and it's got my attention. The console tiramisu.
Oh, boy.
Any recommendations, Dean, for Brody?
Just the world we're in.
Let's go to Honduras.
I
Where Rhett,
don't want
I'm
to go to.
sure-
I wrote a essay on the Honduras.
You can
I thought you were saying I rode a goat in
ride a
Honduras.
bull in Honduras on your way to get your Panama stem cells in your shoulders. This looks to be some sort of a soccer pitch where the Canadian national team would lose 7-2 in extreme heat. And to set off the fireworks, it looks like we have parachuters coming in to get everyone fired up. I don't know what the wind currents are doing here, but no. And
Overshot it. Son of a-
right in
Oh!
this.
Need a leak. Had to go.
Oh, there's more good. These guys will have
This is great.
read the road. They know what's happening with the wind now. Nothing to worry about here, Rhett. Land on the ceiling? No.
Bring her back. Uh-oh.
Oh, and
Oh no.
Ouch.
ouch. Come on, buddy. Someone's going to land on the pitch.
Nail it. Nail it.
Come on. Bring her back. Bring her back.
Oh.
Oh, it's the roof. Rhett, maybe you can ride a bear in India, but definitely don't parachute in Honduras, all right?
One more practice run and they'd have had her.
The crowd was there. That was it.
I'm not looking
Nerves.
forward to
Maybe
this
it was the
next one.
nerves.
Why, Jack? You gotta start labeling it. What's the label say? Fluffy puppy.
The label says eating eyeball.
What?
And speaking of the best bits, the eyeball. I know this is going to freak people out, but you just put the whole thing in your mouth.
Oh shit, bullets.
And now next up is all the jelly. Now, that is not to go to waste, and you can just use this like a cup, and it's like delicious fish soup. That is good, man. I can feel the kaha building up inside me right now.
I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff. Love seafood.
Get some work done here. Well,
Back to you, Dean.
In your office.
Village Honda Northwest Auto Mall online at villagehonda.com. So in the end, the under 2.5 milk video number would have paid.
I feel like
Done.
the fireball and the tiramisu were just playing off the milk, which
Kind
was
of, yeah.
You couldn't be too on the nose with the milk.
Yeah.
I love
Couldn't be too
tiramisu.
on the nose in the Pinder Report. That's how it goes.
Zero milk, though.
Right.
That was
No, I
the
see
nose.
that. I just, yeah. Yeah.
Good work, Jack.
Good work, Jack.
I'm not gonna like this camera, Jack. This is too much.
It's creeping you out.
Well, what if I
What
want
did
to
you
pick my
click?
nose off camera? It's gonna track me.
It wasn't doing it at all.
No.
And then it was.
Yeah.
You didn't click anything? You didn't
I
change
didn't
anything?
touch anything, Jack. No.
Cover
Over
your
it now.
eyes and
I'm
then,
an idiot.
like, is it a retinal? No. Okay,
Oh, it
move.
just moved. It's all over you. You're toast. It's a shoulder cam.
See what I mean?
Yeah, I know it's got
It's got a mind of its own, Rhett.
Thanks, AI.
yeah.
Just
Real
what we wanted.
nice.
Won't get away with anything.
Are we gonna get tagged for that?
You take these days, Jack, or no?
Have we had many strikes, Jack?
No, we've been good.
We have been good. Hey,
I didn't like the AC/DC.
Yeah, apparently it's a no-fly zone.
Rob Ray tomorrow, folks.
Really? That's
in
exciting.
studio or
I think I'll pick him up and bring him over. Yeah.
that's
That sounds
nice.
great.
You guys
Awesome.
can pay for his Uber back.
Sure.
No good.
Don't look at me. That's you.
You moved your hand.
Do that again. Gesture with your finger.
It's probably picking up whatever is in the middle of the frame and
Find your game.
Nenshi. Mod Medical Clinic. Bearoused.ca. Medical therapies. Not some crazy harebrained, take some. This is medical therapies to optimize your life in the bedroom and in the bathroom. If maybe you're taking a blue pill, say, hey, let's see you in an hour or whatever, however that works. Consider a non-medication approach with ViaSure. Muscle function, breaks down scar tissue, reforms blood vessels in the penis. No pain, no downtime, covered under extended health benefits. Does that sound all right?
Like that.
Right? Combined with pelvic floor physiotherapy, the Aroused team helps men with incontinence, sexual performance, hip and lower back pain, and assist the stabilization of the core to optimize mobility. What it's coming down to, basically, we've been talking about the Mod Medical Clinic for a while. If you're a man of a certain age, 30, 40, 50, somewhere in there, right? You're a grown man. Oh, my body just can't do the things I used to do. Just isn't the same. Oh, it's just, aches and pains. I guess that's just the way life is now. Does not have to be that way. That's why the Mod Medical Clinic wants to talk to you. They want to hear from you. They want you to know that there can be a better way. Book a consultation with the Mod Medical Clinic. Bearoused.ca. And we talk about, like, if this is the Mod Medical Clinic, we're telling you about this much of what they do.
That's right.
They do all this. We're just telling you about a little bit. Go to the website, learn more, book a consultation, and then, and take your life back. Be the man you want to be. Be the man you deserve to be. Get that pelvic floor figured out. How's your pelvic floor, Rhett?
I need an appointment with.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Pelvic floor. My pelvic floor is a jerk. Big jerk. Every day. Doing something to piss me off. If my pelvic floor was a roommate, you'd move out. But I'm sick of you.
Mm-hmm.
Getting me up in the middle of the night. My back's hurting. My lower, what are you doing to me?
My hips.
I'm leaving. See you later, pelvic floor. But I can't. I got to live with it. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try and make it better. Got to try and build our relationship. Me and my PF.
Okay.
Me and PF, we're going to do some
BFF.
Some bonding.
Your
Maybe
PF
this
Shanks,
weekend in Jasper. Maybe we'll sit around the fire.
Yeah.
Have some heart to heart. Some heart to PF talk. Or maybe I'll just go to the Mod Medical Clinic.
Good idea.
Yeah, probably better. I like when Rhett is like out of it and he just sets his microphone here. So it sounds like this. He's off mic and staring into the distance. Just completely
Staring at you, babbling away like a clown. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
He does have a large gap between his monitor and where the camera is. So it does look as if he's staring off into the distance.
Is that what it is?
Well, and my camera is that way and my monitor is that way.
See.
So I'm kind of.
Can you get them closer to each other?
You should try and.
You dinks changed it all. It was all set up great. We had a good thing going, and you wanted to see the tuba. So
show us. That's right. We wanted the tuba and crystal water. Show us that first shot. Can you jimmy it back over? Because we saw the whiteboard and we saw the light switches. While we're waiting, we can tell you about Bet365. We'll tell you about Bet365 because we got some bets today. It is the world's largest sports betting platform. Open an account with Bet365 today. Huge range of markets. That's right. Download the app today. Use the promo code NATION when you sign up. And there again, much like Bet365, it's this. We tell you about like this much.
Oh, yeah.
It's like this. So much. Bet365 out there. The world's waiting for you. Largest sports betting platform. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
You could place a bet on Bandy right now. I don't even know what Bandy is.
She's hot.
cricket, greyhounds, handball, snooker.
Snooker.
I love playing snooker.
Do you? When's the last time you played snooker?
It's hard to find a table, Dean. It's hard to find a table.
Tighter pockets.
My buddy Snoop got all excited. He thought he would. I'll call Tom Pachkowski for you. You guys coming out? It's like, Snoop, just settle down. We were just talking about ice fishing. That's all we were doing.
And he is going out this weekend.
He gave me the prices. Hang on, if you're looking, if you're out in that area of the world, 6-hole setup, $120 for the day. Bring the boys out.
Oh Jesus,
That's
can't
very
beat that.
Yeah,
Wow. 6-hole for 120.
the 6-holer. That's right. $120. It's a hell of a deal. I've spent more.
Is that right?
Yeah. Certainly for a 6-holer. I mean,
Yeah.
Probably didn't need 6 in the end. Looking back.
Okay.
Let's take a look at our bets. Pinder's got some bets.
Kind of like the sneaky Blue Jackets have been great against Toronto. They're all high and mighty up on their
High and mighty horses.
proper the hand mirrors. I'm trying to do a Jack Edwards here. It's really tough.
Yeah.
Don't mind them at plus 170. And Kings have been great at home, but they also have been just okay overall. I like the Panthers at basically even money, minus 105. But again, I haven't really delved into the snooker market yet, so
Right.
might have to add to that.
Do some research, Ryan. Do some research.
For the Panthers, they won last night. It's their first back-to-back win, like back-to-back wins for the first time in about a month. So they've been kind of
very pedestrian, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We talked, so Bet365, get after it, get in there and enjoy it. And of course, big weekend of football coming up, couple of games, all kinds of props, all kinds of, we don't even need to tell you. I don't even know if we can tell you, but there's so much going on there. You get inside that app. And if you're still kind of new to it, you'll be blown away at what Bet365 has for you there.
We're
Use the promo-
1 minute away from table tennis starting. We got Mihaliko Hilaholov against Ola Volek. It starts in 1 minute.
Oh, Volek's good. Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Volek's
Kidding.
dynamite.
Excited about that.
Promo code Nation, Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. I see we have something in the chamber. We were talking earlier with Noodles about, Dean McCammond got a head coaching job in the BCJ.
Vernon.
Yeah, junior.
Vernon.
Vipers.
And I said, I just remember McCammon getting KO'd. And then there was Jamie had the 2-minute story about McCammon getting knocked out. It sucks if you're McCammon. I'm sorry, Dean, if you're watching.
Dino.
We're not looking to take pleasure in your misfortune, but
Good luck in Vernon, Dean. Yeah.
we'll go back in time. Take a look at it.
Back right now. But here we'll get another.
Yeah, a little crackly
Yeah,
audio
that's
there.
horrible.
I don't mind the crackle. Let's see.
It's all right. I mean,
Yeah.
so there's
As he was trying to shoot this puck in, he didn't know Harimo was
Pronger
beside
over to
him.
help.
As you can see, just he's pushed,
oh,
and there he's just it was kind of positioning by the board. He's
How many vigils did you have in Edmonton for that?
jeez.
Ow.
That hurts.
Yeah, just kind of an unfortunate one for sure. So then it was after that game. Noodles says the next day, Daryl comes in and gives the old "you son of a bitch" and "why you dirty rotten" and "you got de-" and then they took to the ice against the Oilers that night. Would Daryl's impassioned ripping of the team have an effect?
Center ice, and they drop their gloves, and they're attempting to go at it. Clark and Ferguson. Clark was involved in the scrap in the first few seconds of this hockey game. Neither man
Is that the
really able to
Warrior?
get a hand free, although
Clarky was a tough little.
Oh, Clarky, you're a warrior.
his right hand loose, but really can't do anything.
Here's Oliwa. Look at him. Oh, boy.
Well, this is how it started. As Clark tried
Don
to
Whitman,
avoid
rest
the
in
initial
peace.
contact.
That's an old. That
Funny.
fight was later in the
Oilers,
game.
as they have played against their southern rivals, the
Another one.
Calgary Flames. Now we've got another bout going on. And this is Ethan Morrow and Chris Clark.
Oh, Clark is
Clark
warrior.
again.
Yeah,
Wow,
just
2 seconds in, and
This is
very
a
early we've got something developing.
George.
Larocque and
The big
Stone
boys.
Boulevard.
This is some heavies here.
And
Get up.
Clark landed a punch that sent Oliwa down, and now Oliwa is attempting to come back at him. And
George. Yes.
Earlier today, Olawa is in the lineup tonight.
Kind of sticks him with a jab, or how does that? What
I
happens
think
there?
he just slipped.
Just slipped.
Glass jaw, that's Gallo. Coughed up a rebound, but was
Bye,
able
man.
to dive up and out and cover it up. And now we've got another scrap. And this one involves Lowry and Chimera.
Jimmer.
Hi.
Wow. See?
Boys, answered the call.
So when you guys are cursing and swearing at your kids' hockey teams, it can have an effect.
There you go.
Positive. Everything turns out great.
Yeah. Nothing bad could ever happen.
Scream and yell.
Yeah.
Give them the truth. Always the truth.
What's on your whiteboard there? Did you have some? Oh, go Bills.
Pretty good, eh?
Yeah.
I gotta write something on there every day although you guys don't like this spot.
I like the junk pile personally, but I don't mind the whiteboard.
See, we can get both. We can come over. Let's find out what Rhett's message of the
especially
day
with this
is.
crazy AI activated tracking.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I want how far. Let's go to the full shot. How far? What kind of range have you got on that thing? So start move to your right or left and see how far you can go.
Yeah, like what if we set up a whiteboard somewhere else in the room and it just
Shut up,
follows
Jack.
you there?
Okay, so that's about as far as you can go there.
No, I can go further, but it's not.
But I mean, the camera's not going to follow you any further. Now go the other way. Because you're right. If we just got to get you set up and then all you need to do is move around, the camera's going to go with you.
Don't mind it.
No, I think we've seen as far as it can go that way. Now I'm saying go back towards the whiteboard.
Wow, look at this.
And is that it, or can you go further?
I can't. I'm against the wall.
Okay,
And then this is a desk.
Great range, right?
that's unreal range.
Thanks, guys. I did this all myself.
Yeah, you're a techie, eh?
Yeah. All by myself.
Where'd you buy that camera, Rhett?
Got up early. It was some sort of delivery service. I don't know.
Yeah. What's it going to set a guy back?
Doesn't matter. It's for the cause.
Yeah.
Everything for the cause.
Dedication. That's how we've gotten to this place, is your strength and determination.
Dedication
to the product.
commitment.
Yeah, old man, those walking sticks. I got them now, Dino.
Yeah. What's up for the rest of the day? It's a Wednesday. What are we doing?
I'm going to stuff my face.
Oh yeah,
Some hangover food. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's not going to be good for me. I don't care.
Trauma.
And then a quick nap. And then somebody's going to tell me how much money I spend and why I should stop.
Is that the shoveler?
No, this is a professional.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Is this an intervention? Well,
Can't take it with you. Can't take it with you, Dean. That's what I always say.
That's what, yeah. Take what with you? It's yeah.
the series like, no. You can't even take that part. No,
Can't do it. Can't do it. So Robert Ray, soon to be inducted into the Buffalo Sabres Hall of Fame.
Yes, sir.
And now, is that a number retirement? Same thing, or is it different?
It would be more like the Ring of
Fire?
Hell Flames
Ring of
thing.
Fire.
Is that what they call it? The Ring of Fire?
Sure.
No. Should be. I mean,
Forever
it's kind of it's right there waiting for whoever's doing it. Forever Aflame.
Forever.
Could do the Ring of Fire. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But that's their version.
Nice.
It's nice they're doing it before he's dead.
Yep.
Well,
And deservedly so.
Yep.
Deservedly so.
Great dude. You said you could be mayor of Buffalo tomorrow if you wanted.
Oh, easy.
I love him.
He should take his shirt off and do the
Yes.
where would you rather be than right
Yes.
here, right now?
Yes.
That would be. I
Hey?
don't know if he's got it in him
And
anymore.
he'd have the barrel
He
Chat.
used to have his shirt
Huge.
off. He used to have his shirt off every game. It
That's
was like-
right. That'd be nothing new for Buffalo people. See,
What,
shirtless
what
Rob
is it?
Ray.
Is it the
In this,
30th he gets retired?
31st.
So Friday. Okay, Friday night.
Next week,
Yeah.
right?
Next week.
Holy smokes.
A
That's
special
the
trip
build-up.
just to come in to see you boys.
Love that guy.
Pretty nice.
Should we order in food?
Oh yeah. Jack, pizza's
Pizza on me?
well overdue.
Yeah, it's probably due.
I thought Boom assumed that debt, but whatever.
Yeah.
You guys.
Oh, you
I'm not
passed
sure
it on
how
to Boom.
not sure how that happened, but
No one really is, Dean.
Yeah. We'll figure something out. What about you, Pinder? Everything good?
No
How's
hockey
things?
today. I think it's the first time in 1,000 years that I'm not coaching kids, which is
So then you'll be drunk by 2. Nice.
I actually have
Then a
list.
massage.
No massage because I'm not drinking. Sharpened skates.
Yeah.
A little ding in the windshield. Got to address that for the highway drive.
Yeah.
That was
Got some boots with a zipper. The zipper just came right off. What the hell, damn guy? Hardly wore those boots.
2 years in America. Not one stone, not one rock chip, not one windshield replaced. 2
That's some of
weeks in Buffalo, and I've got or in Calgary, and I've got to get it. I've got the card. However,
5 windshields get your 6th free.
Yes, exactly.
I've got the card thing there that
What about you, Dean? How's your Wednesday look?
I'm not sure actually. But we do have do I have that thing on here? I'm not sure if I thought for sure I did. Darn it.
Oh, darn it.
That's tough.
Where has it? No, OF. Because I got my small soundboard here, eh?
Yeah, not the big one.
Oh,
Barn burner.
We do have breaking news this morning.
the San Jose Sharks have claimed Walker Duehr off waivers.
Walker
Good for him.
Yeah. Get some,
Yeah.
get some ice.
Yeah.
It was time for Walker Duehr to get a chance with another organization.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We were quite fond of him.
South Dakotan.
Big
Yep.
fans. Big fans.
Yeah, big fans. Then what happened?
He got married, Rhett said.
Got married.
Oh,
Jack, if you're writing this down.
does he know that? I mean, your career was on a... When did he sign that contract? Was it before he was...
Would have been about a year and a half ago, and it was low money, 2 years, $1 million pop, something like that. Yeah.
Dang.
He's gonna make
Dang,
that same
boy.
amount of money in San Jose now, Dean.
Taxes.
Taxes.
Taxes. Can you get some of that deferred? How's that gonna work?
No.
You got to make some dough. You got to make some dough to be a San Jose Shark.
But here's the thing: the more I make, the more tax there is.
Yeah.
How do I win, Dean? Oh gosh. Or Walker Duehr.
Yeah. Sorry, Walk. I think they
WD.
call him Walk.
You should wear 40. You could call him WD 40. I'll take a shovel. Sorry.
Oh, boy.
Oh my God.
That'll do it.
Oh.
Sorry, guys. See you, buddies.
Hmm.